Good morning. It's mid-March 2017. This is my 1982 Honda 450 SC American import. And it's a bit worse for wear. I ride this bike virtually every day, summer and winter, and I'm not too good about the externals. I'm not too good about cleaning it. So it's a wee bit on the rough side. But you know, I get more people stopping me and asking me about this bike than if I were riding about on a CB450 or a nice Hornet or some other younger bike. People are intrigued by this because they've never seen one of these before, and they're extremely rare in the whole of Ireland. Very, very few of them were brought over here. They weren't built and made for the UK or European market. And I bought this bike from a guy. I bought this bike 5 years ago from a guy called Dougherty, and he came from Derry / Londonderry, and I travelled up there to see him, and he sold me the bike that day for £550. He wanted rid of it. Sa was an ex-Hells Angel, and he looked like an ex-Hells Angel, and he talked like an ex-Hells Angel, and he was a great fella. I don't even know if he's still alive. He had 2 or 3 serious heart problems, but he sold me this, and we actually got it into the back of his Renault Synergy car. He took out the back seats, and he and I got her up in, and he drove it down to Belfast with me behind in my motor. £550 for 5 years of biking, and this bike has really not let me down. I've had a bit of problem with fuses and stuff, but you just change the fuse. And this here is placed on here to get her through the MOT, because the MOT like you to have a headlight pattern, which this bike didn't have. And this is what they told me to do, so I just keep it up. And again, it's a talking point. That having that wee bit of plastic tape gets me through the MOT. But I spend about £100 a year keeping this bike on the road as regards servicing. I go to Billy McCutcheon on the Ormo Road, and he does all the internal stuff and checks her whether she's roadworthy. He says she's coming near the end of her term. She needs urgent work probably done to her, big work done to her at the end of this year, so I might be looking for another bike. I don't know. I'm quite fond of this bike. I like the riding position, but things are gradually deteriorating. The seats ripped on this side and the seats ripped on the other side. But my goodness, for such a minimal financial outlay, this old bike has served me well. And she gets me from A to B, and she goes on the motorway, and she starts first time winter and summer. I hardly ever have to use the choke. I garage her at night, so she's in, you know, she's kept sort of reasonably warm, or whatever you might say. All sorts of little quirks and things about her, but my goodness, 550 quid. I'm going to perform a ritual that I don't often perform. I'm going to wash and clean her. I do this, whether she needs it or not, about twice a year. So I'll put up another wee part of the video whenever I've got her cleaned up a wee bit. I'm not going to kill myself. The pipes are under pressure there. They're looking a bit rough, and the whole bike is looking a bit rough, but then she matches me because I look a bit rough at 63 years of age. Brilliant wee bike, twin 450 SC Nighthawk Honda, 1982. And I would encourage anybody, if they want to buy a cheap bike and a reliable bike, you buy an American import. You can get all the parts and everything else, no problem, because the internet is a wonderful thing. And this wee bike passes the MOT every year without fail. Brilliant. 5 years of very cheap riding. And in the 5 years I've had this 450 Nighthawk. Let's see. Well, that's a wee bit of a concern there. I have done nearly 19,500 miles in 5 years, so I'm doing about 4,000 miles a year. She needs a wee bit of love, care and attention. But if I were to scrap this bike now and just, you know, get 50 quid for her, I haven't lost any money. You know, £550 investment over 5 years. Can't be bad. This is basically, we had the 400N Super Dream. We had the 200N or 250N Super Dream as well. This here is the 400N Super Dream bored out to 450. And if you ever see one of these, buy it. If it's in reasonable nick and low mileage, and you'll probably get it for a song. Very reliable. Of course it's a Honda. And there she is in all her glory. My 1982 Honda 450 SC Nighthawk. And I've just spread the black rusty bits with Simonized matte black. And you know, she's still going. And if I press the start button, where's my keys? In my pocket. There we go. Yeah, she's doing alright. Got 6 months left MOT on her, so I think I'll just ride her until she falls to bits. Which she probably will do. Oh, happy days. Cheap and cheerful, as they say. Cheap and cheerful. Oh. Gets me from A to B. Must put the panniers back on. Ride safe.